Have you ever wanted to learn Rust, which is one of the fastest growing programming languages, but weren't sure how to install it correctly on Linux? So stay tuned with me as today I will show you the complete official installation process directly from Rust's website. In this video, we will cover installing Rust using the official installer, choosing a custom installation profile, understanding every installation option, fixing the famous cargo command not found error, setting up Visual Studio Code, installing Rust Analyzer, writing our first Rust program, compiling and running it with cargo. Before typing any large complex commands, let's answer an important question. Why install Rust from its official installer instead of your Linux distribution's package manager? The reason is simple. Since Rust is evolving rapidly, the official installer called Rustup makes it incredibly easy to keep Rust updated, install multiple compiler versions, switch between stable, beta and nightly, and manage additional compilation targets. In short, it becomes your Rust version manager. That's why even the Rust developers recommend installing it through Rustup. You can visit the official Rust website on https://rustup.rs. And when you find the official installation command, just copy it. Next, open the terminal, paste the command and press enter. Let's quickly understand this command. Curl downloads the installer securely. The downloaded script is immediately passed to the sh command, which starts the official Rust installer. Everything comes directly from the Rust official server. After a few seconds, the installer should appear. You will now see three options, namely proceed with the standard installation, customized installation, or cancel the installation. Many beginners immediately proceed with standard by pressing 1. But right now we are choosing the second option and customize our install. Now you must be asking why to choose the custom install? Because understanding the installer gives you more control over the development environment. So type 2 instead of 1 and press enter. Now you will be asked a lot of questions. Let's go through each one. The default host triple. Usually leave this unchanged. It represents your computer architecture. For example, x86 64 unknown Linux GNU. Unless you are cross-compiling, there is no reason to modify it. So just press enter. Next is the tool chain. You will usually see stable. The stable channel is recommended for almost everyone. Nightly contains experimental features. Beta previews upcoming releases, so we will stay with the stable. Now comes the profile. This is an important choice. You will see profiles such as default, minimal, and complete. Let's choose complete. Now you will ask the question, why? Because it installs additional documentation, development tools, formatters, and much more useful components that beginners often end up installing later anyway. So simply type complete and just press enter. Now we move towards modifying the path. You will see something like modifying path variable with yes or no option. Leave it as yes or simply press enter. This allows commands like cargo, rustc to work from anywhere in your terminal. This saves a lot of manual configuration later on. Rust is now downloading and installing, so depending on your internet speed, this usually takes more or less than a minute. When installation finishes, you will see one more important message. It explains how to add cargo binaries into a shell's path. This is one of the most commonly overlooked steps by beginners. Now let's understand the path. Near the end of the installer, Rust displays instructions similar to these. For bash, zsh, and compatible shells, it's home/.cargo/env or source home/.cargo/env. For fish shell, it's source home/.cargo/env.fish, and for Nushell, it's overlay use /.cargo/env.nu. What does this actually do? It tells your current shell where cargo and Rust are installed. Without this, your terminal may not know where to find the commands like cargo or rustc. If you open a new terminal, the path changes are usually applied automatically, assuming your shell startup files are updated. But if you are staying in the same terminal session, you will often need to load the environment manually first. Now let's verify everything. Run command rustc version. You should see the installed compiler version. Now let's check cargo by typing cargo version. If both commands work, your installation is complete. Now let's prepare our development environment. Open Visual Studio Code, go to Extensions and search for Rust Analyzer. Install it as Rust Analyzer provides intelligent code completion, error detection while typing, go to definitions, automatic formatting, documentation tooltips, and refactoring support. Without it, VS Code is just a text editor, and with Rust Analyzer, it becomes a professional Rust IDE. Now let's create our first project. Open VS Code terminal, create a new project, and move into it. Cargo has already created everything we need. Notice the project structure: cargo.toml, src folder, and main.rs. Cargo.toml contains your project's metadata and dependencies. The src folder contains your Rust source code. Open main.rs and you will already find the sample code here. This is your first Rust program. Now here's something that surprises many beginners. Suppose you type cargo run and instead see cargo command not found. Do not panic. This doesn't mean Rust failed to install. It might just mean that your current terminal session hasn't loaded cargo's path yet. So let's simply run source home/.cargo/env. This loads cargo into your current shell immediately. Now verify again cargo version. If it shows the version, you are ready for the next step. Now let's actually build our project. Simply type cargo run. Cargo now performs several tasks automatically. It compiles your code, builds dependencies, creates the executable, runs the executable, and finally you will see hello world in your terminal. Congratulations, you have successfully written, compiled, and executed your first clean-looking, amazingly brilliant Rust code. You may ask here that why cargo matters so much. Well, cargo isn't just a compiler command, it's Rust Complete Project Manager. With cargo, you can create projects, compile code, run applications, download libraries, run tests, generate documentation, publish your own packages, and a whole lot more. As your Rust journey grows, cargo becomes a tool you will use every single day. To summarize, today we learned how to install Rust using the official installer, choose the complete installation profile, understand each installer option, configure the path correctly, set up Rust Analyzer in Visual Studio Code, create our first cargo project, fix the cargo command not found error, compile and run our first Rust application, which is wonderful and we have done a great job as a team. In the next video, we will explore Rust project structure, variables, ownership, and write real programs from scratch. So if you are excited to learn Rust on Linux, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the series. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one. Till then, happy coding!